Hi there, this is David and welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean 5. Today, we're going to be doing private actions, followed by doing, quests tomorrow. I figured that we'd do the private actions first, considering that there are some pretty decent rules that you can get, by doing the private actions in this part of the game. So, let's get started.
You're always handling a bunch of different machines, aren't you?
It's part of my job.
Could I maybe try that one out? Please? Pretty please?
I'm sorry. As much as I would like to, the rules...
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's okay then, I won't pester you anymore. I'll be as great as you someday, Anne. Just you wait.
Mr. Delacroix, you really need to build up your strength.
Why are you trying to teach me swordsmanship?
Wouldn't this sort of thing work better with 2 students?
Both of you are in the military, so you have a knack for it. Keep training, and you'll be fine swordsmen.
I've got a knack for it?
Weren't you just complaining about this a moment ago?
I'll be as thorough as possible with you.
Thorough, huh? This confirms my suspicions.
How did you like Feycreed?
Its environs are pristine and the scenery exquisite.
I see. But I heard the nations of Feycreed are presently at war with each other.
The seeds of conflict can be sown anywhere, it would seem.
We must let them reap their own harvest, though, no matter how much we want to interfere.
Yes, sir. I shall keep that in mind.
Also, please make sure Captain Kenny doesn't interfere with any local females.
That's a great idea. I'll be sure to keep a close eye on him, sir.
Can I ask what kind of work you usually do?
I provide scientific and technical support, but I also do combat training during peacetime. I am in the military, after all.
You must be the highest of the high ranking.
I just have a special job, that's all. Captain Kenny's the truly elite one.
What? You're telling me that old Captain Kenny is an elite person in your country?
He may not look it, but the captain comes from one of the most highly respected families around.
You don't say. A respected family.
So, First Officer, how's the hunt for a bride coming? What about that cute officer you said you went out to eat with the other day? No good, I take it. In that case, not to worry. I'll introduce you to another girl.
Captain?
Yeah?
Please give it a rest.
Is something wrong?
Well, the board you taught me how to use is no longer working.
Were you looking for something?
I was looking for training halls.
Well, we have a training room.
Can you be so kind as to show me the way? I don't want to break this again.
I forgot to tell you, First Officer, but I've detected a ghost on this planet.
Captain, I've been monitoring the planet on a regular basis. I know you're kidding.
It's a female with rockin' knockers, and she's so beautiful she'll make your eyes pop out of your head.
Oh. I mean, don't bother telling me more. I couldn't care less.
No need to lie. I could tell you were interested.
No, I'm not. Please, just do your job. Rocking knockers.
I feel for you, Anne. I really do. It's gotta be tough looking after that man.
Who? Oh, you mean Captain Kenny?
He's fine when he gets down to business. And he's not commanding anyone, though. He's an irresponsible lecher.
I've learned to live with his foibles. Besides, everyone needs to blow off steam now and again.
That's truly an impressive take on things. You're such an understanding person, Anne.
That's because I respect Emerson. Although, please don't ever tell him that.
After the current operation is finished, why not take a short rest?
I'm good. Plus, I need to find some more ideas for my tall tales.
And just please don't drag the rest of us into it, Captain.
Oh, come on. You know you like it.
Not in the slightest.
What's with the long face now?
I thoroughly failed at cleaning up.
Well, it's not often you hear of people thoroughly failing at something like that. If it fails the first 3 times, try 100 times.
What exactly is that about?
It's something my mentor used to say. He'd use it whenever an experiment of mine failed. What he meant was that 2 or 3 failures could still fall within the margin of error.
And if you fail 100 times, try 1,000,000 times, right? I'll keep trying.
Good luck.
Anomalies?
Just one, sir.
What?
The cook accidentally dropped a bottle of alcohol.
No booze with dinner?
The spill corrupted a digital image of the cook's daughter. He then set to restoring the data and couldn't finish dinner.
No dinner? This is terrible! I can't believe it! What should we do?
Settle for a machine-cooked meal.
To what extent was their civilization affected?
Good news, sir. The number of weapons brought in was quite meager. Thus, their civil impact was not significant.
We can erase all record of the event. People's memories, though, will remain.
Such memories have the potential to affect the development of firearms there, but there's nothing we can do about that. The real problem is...
The ecosystem, I assume, it's in terrible shape.
What could have possibly caused this massive level of ecological pollution?
once the symbiforms are gone, the ecosystem should begin reverting to its natural state. Continue observation to minimize the damage. Report any abnormal readings immediately.
Yes, Captain. Leave it to me.
Do you happen to know when Anne's birthday is?
Yes, indeedy. Are you gonna get her something?
I mean, she saved me when I got hit by those gleaming sticks. So, I would like to pay her back sometime, if I can.
I see.
Despite the aura she puts off, Anne likes cute things, right? That's why I was thinking of getting her a handkerchief embroidered with a cat.
I bet she'll love it. You know, I saved you too, so what'll you be getting me as a present?
I'll think of something good, just wait.
I can barely contain myself.
We're technically on duty, sir, so I don't think you should be drinking.
We're already breaking a treaty. By comparison, this is a drop in the bucket.
You should still lay off the alcohol.
You need to lighten up. Besides, this planet's drinks are top-notch. You know what they say, where there's humanity, there's alcohol.
As you wish. Just don't forget your regularly scheduled transmission with Commander Dean in 10 minutes.
That's in 10 minutes? Why didn't you tell me earlier? Uh-oh.
You're late entirely too often, Captain. Please be more punctual.
Seriously?
You were 12 minutes, 2 seconds late for that rendezvous, 2 minutes, 33 seconds late another time, and 38 seconds late for breakfast today.
Give me a break. 38 seconds doesn't count as late.
If someone were to perform their duty 38 seconds late during an operation, what would you say then?
You win. I'll be more careful.
You were late again this morning.
What? I arrived at almost the same time as Victor.
Victor arrived 1 second early. You, on the other hand, were 4 seconds late.
4 seconds is enough for you to get on my case?
Imagine we're in battle. You give an order to change the ship's course, and the crew tarries 4 seconds before acting. Do we survive?
Fine. Jeez. I'm sorry. My bad.
Fake-Reed is a nice place, isn't it?
It is.
I get the sense that there's something there we forgot about long ago.
Every time I go to an underdeveloped planet, I'm struck by how vastly different the cultures on it are from the last. What every planet does have in common, however, is that they are overflowing with energy from their native life forms. There is still so much we can learn from them.
Agreed. I'm glad we were able to visit this planet.
I don't know. Should I really go drinking today? Whatever. Let's do it.
Be careful, you can't stop an experiment in motion.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's something my mentor used to say. It means you should think deeply before taking any action.
Well, now that you mention it, it might be a good idea to go easy on my liver.
He'd often give me advice, but he'd often disappear without any warning as well. He might not be the best person to listen to.
He sounds like a great man.
I don't know.
I don't know too many details, but apparently my ancestors were pretty impressive people. I kept hearing the same thing over and over from birth. Don't bring shame upon the great men who came before you. Be respectable like they were. Isn't that lame, though? It's my life. I'm not living it for some dead guys. I have my own goals I want to accomplish. My own dreams, even. The problem is, once you grow up, you start understanding people's true intentions. It's a pain. Once you know you're in a position to help others, social pressure forces you to, even if you don't need to. There's nothing great about living this way. That's the life of a timid and boring human being. I didn't want to live that way. But that's the way it turned out. You're such a good kid, Miki. Your parents must have poured their hearts out raising you.
No. Actually, they both passed away long ago. After that, Fiddly's parents took me in. Raised me as if I were one of their own.
I see. So that's why you treat Fiddly like an older brother.
Is that how it looks?
What? You didn't realize that's how it came off? I've got to say, that's a bit of a surprise.
I'm sorry. Old habits die hard, I guess. I should probably stop acting like that with him, right?
No, I'm almost positive he enjoys it. Lots of guys want little sisters. Don't stop. Keep it up.
Me, a little sister.
Long time no see. What's wrong? You look down.
Victor, it's you. What have you been doing this whole time?
I've been doing what I must.
Will you still be doing it for the foreseeable future?
Yes. To tell you the truth, I may never return from it.
You may be my rival, but I don't want to hold you back. So I won't stop you. But just don't forget that you're my rival. Got it?
Don't worry. I won't.
I simply can't.
Come on. You know you want to.
They're military rules. I can't divulge them.
Just a few. You don't have to tell me every one.
I can't. Lieutenant, save me from this man. Please.
Lieutenant! Long time no see.
You look as good as always.
Lieutenant. Anna, Dax, Gunter, sorry to put you through all this trouble.
Come on, why you gotta be like that? You know Rasulia's safe in our hands.
I believe you mean it's safe in Dax's hands. Without all the intelligence he gathers, we'd be done for.
None of you have changed a bit.
Lieutenant, you're not leaving us again, are you?
Yes, my journey has yet to end.
I see.
Anna, snap out of it. Don't worry. I'll pick up the lieutenant's slack while he's gone.
Lieutenant, leave Rasulia to us.
Thank you all. I am honored to have you in my unit.
Worried about something?
It's my subordinates. I left everything to them, but I don't know if they can handle it.
I understand how you feel.
Don't you ever get upset with Emerson for always leaving you to your own devices?
Not really. I take it as a sign of his trust in my abilities.
I never thought of it that way. I hope that's how they see this.
If your technology has come this far, do machines do all your chores?
Correct you are. Most household chores are handled by machines automatically.
Incredible. Think of all the extra time I could devote to my research.
That said, a guy still appreciates a good home-cooked meal once in a while.
Women like it when their men cook for them too, you know. We're no different from you.
You got me there.
Please tell me that you at least know how to clean your house.
Not by myself, but I do know how to make a machine do it.
I see. Your place must be sparkling if a machine cleans it. Then what about putting things away? Do I even dare ask what state your room's in?
It may not be spick and span, but I know exactly where everything in it is. Would you like to come and see it?
I'll make sure to bring my cleaning stuff with me.
You know what kind of women I like? Ones who know how to prop up their men. Ones who praise and compliment to extract every drop of their partner's potential.
Then what about, say, women who act like they're all innocent?
Nothing wrong with flirtatious women like that.
So, in other words, someone who lifts her partner's spirits?
Yep, that's exactly it. Sounds like we're definitely on the same page.
You mean like this? Oh, Emerson, your captain's chair suits you so well. You're never more handsome and debonair than when you're working hard. I love a serious man.
Ah, yes. Nice job. I'll do my best. I'll be serious.
You've seen all sorts of different planets, haven't you, Emerson? I envy you.
You envy me? I envy you, truth be told.
Why would you envy me?
Well, you get to live peacefully without ever having to work too hard. This planet is a nice place to live, you know.
You really think so? I don't know. I guess it all seems to go without saying for me. This planet is all I know.
I get that. We never seem to notice the things that are most important to us until they're threatened. Now that Kronos is threatening to destroy both these things and this planet's civilization, however, we must take matters into our own hands and fight the invaders.
You're right. I'll do everything I can to help stop them.
I can't get over the fact you have ships that can fly.
It's never too cold or too hot inside them either, regardless of the season.
Is it now? That sounds perfect for storing books.
Our books are digitized, so we have no need to store paper ones.
You read all your information off a screen? No, if it's not on paper, it's not a book to me.
Actually, there are a lot of people who feel the same way as you.
Emerson, what are your thoughts on the act of killing people during war?
That was sudden.
I'm an officer in the army, but I am constantly troubled by feelings of guilt.
That's a tough question. The way I always see it is, if I don't kill them, they'll kill me.
I don't know if I can compartmentalize it like that.
Don't worry. You don't have to deal with it the way I do. You can always find your own way.
My own way?
This is a different type of problem. One that you have to think through and solve yourself. You can't just change the way you cope based on what someone tells you.
So that's how it is.
I've been wondering, what kind of food do they have in space?
There are dishes like you've never seen. Some you can just keep on eating, and they never run out.
Are you being serious right now? That's wonderful.
Absolutely. It replenishes as you eat it. But if you do so too slowly, the food could replicate fast enough to cover the entire planet. The results can be tragic.
No.
Yes. They say there are places in the universe where food just continues to expand, unchecked.
That's terrifying.
So, what are you planning on doing after this journey ends?
I want to teach the art of the sword.
Really? That sounds great.
I feel like that will allow Master Camuse to live on. If I can impart to others the techniques he taught me, then he'll exist in the hearts of all who practice his fighting style.
That's just like you, Victor.
You're not going to laugh at me?
No, there's nothing to laugh at.
What causes people to keep going to war? Everyone just wants to live in peace, yet time and time again.
It's often due to economic issues, that or ideological differences.
What if everyone in the world gets enough to eat? That might end war.
Curing hunger would help, but not solve the problem, since other desires motivate people too.
So feeding the world won't work? What a complicated issue. I'll have to cook up a more fitting solution eventually.
Looking at you reminds me of Master Camuse.
It does?
For example, your stances are exactly the same.
Thanks. I'm glad to hear that.
Master Camuse was very strict with me about my stance, too.
Just so you know, Victor, your fighting style's the same as my dad's.
Your words leave me overjoyed.
Why did you join the military in the first place?
I wanted to protect the people of my country and hometown.
That's just like you.
Once I became a soldier, I stumbled upon your father and his techniques. If I close my eyes, I can still see his strict countenance watching over me, like it was burned into them.
Do you like sweet foods?
Do I ever? When I was a kid, my dream was to eat at least one of all the sweets in the world.
That's a rather, how do I say it, grandiose dream.
If only I had that transporter, I could eat any sweets I wanted.
The rules strictly prohibit using it like that.
Don't worry, if I ever really want to transport, I can always ask Relia to.
Calm down, you're not thinking straight.
Fidel, do you like to drink?
Do I ever?
You do? Then do you agree that alcohol is possibly man's best friend?
I sure do.
You down it when you're happy, and you lick the last drops of it when you're sad. You celebrate special events by drinking the best of it, and you honor the dead by raising a glass of it. Alcohol is life. Alcohol is civilization.
Emerson speaks very highly of you, Anne, especially your intelligence. Were you always so good at studying and such, even from a young age?
Of everyone I grew up with, I'd say my grandmother influenced me the most.
Your grandmother, you say?
Computers were her hobby, so when I was young, I would often play computer games or go on the internet with her.
Your grandmother sounds like an amazing woman. I'm so jealous of you. Anne's grandmother sounds amazing.
I hear she's exceptionally strong.
She chugs alcohol straight from the barrel.
And she's supposedly even smarter than Anne is.
What's even more bizarre is I hear she's over 8 feet tall. But I jest.
How did you know she was that tall?
Should I really have left like that?
What?
I'm worried about the state of Rasulia.
It's all right. Gunter and the rest of them are there.
That's true. Gunter, Hana, Dax. Sorry for making you three do all the legwork.
You're a real worrywart, aren't you?
You really enjoy using that machine, don't you, Anne?
It's that easy to tell?
Well, you do use it all the time.
And you? How do you feel about using swords?
Of course I like it.
A fine example of we master what we enjoy.
What's that?
It's a saying many people on my home planet use.
We master what we enjoy, huh? I'd have to agree with that.
When it comes to cleaning, the main thing to remember is to work from the top to the bottom. Knock the dust off high places first, and then finish up by scrubbing the floor. When cleaning a square room, never miss the corners. The key is to start from the edges and work your way around, one corner at a time. If you haven't worn something in 2 years, throw it out. If you're not sure whether you need something or not, you don't.
Teacher, I have a question. I have so many things of sentimental value in my room, like cleaning robot malfunctions whenever it enters.
Throw it all out. I'm telling you, that's the one and only option you have left. You've come so far in such a short time. Hey, Fidel, I want to ask you something. Do you regret taking me along on this journey?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm glad you're with me. I really am.
That's good. I was so worried this whole time. I kept thinking you didn't need me.
It's the opposite. I need you so much that I'd never know what to do without you. Sorry for not noticing how you felt.
No, you don't say sorry in this situation, remember? You say thank you. I have so many things to thank you for, Fiddly.
As do I. Thank you, Miki.
I just realized something very important.
And what might that be?
Do you know where the word Kronos comes from?
If I recall correctly, he was a character in ancient Greek mythology.
And he gets his family jewels jacked. Am I gonna get mine jacked, Dan?
Yes, that's what will happen.
When Eidolon raided our village, my heart was racked with pain. That pales in comparison to how I feel now. I can't believe that Emerson's and Anne's people also fight in wars, even though their civilization's so advanced. There has to be something I can do about this. I have to figure this out. Somehow. Someday.
The way the top brass treated this incident.
I won't have you badmouthing the top brass.
Yes, sir.
Become one of them.
I'm not interested.
If you want to have a say in how things are run, your only option is to rise up in the ranks and change their secretive nature from the inside.
Understood.
Once this is all over, do you think we'll be able to return home to Sthal?
I'm sure we can, once this is done with.
When that time comes, the two of us will go back together, right?
Of course.
I was feeling lonely for a bit, but I'm better now. And it's all because you said we'll be together for it. You know the time when that plague swept through the village? When my dad fell ill, and my mom soon after? I wanted to take care of them so badly, but no one would let me. They didn't want me to catch the same disease.
Is that how it went?
I only got to see my parents once they had passed away. And when I did, they were so frail, like totally different people. That's why I got my first Restore 3 Signet imbued, because I didn't want to experience anything like that again. But sometimes, I think even if I'd had that signet back then, I still wouldn't have been strong enough to save them. Life's full of twists and turns, huh? I feel much better now that I've gotten that off my chest. All I can do is try hard. I've got to give it my all.